Now, where is this number 12 coming from, right? So 12 seems to be a crucial number. The fact that there are 12 hours in a clock, we have a 12-hour clock, and we have 12 notes in music. We have, we have the base 12 system, and there is a lot of crazy fans of base 12 system. I'm actually a fan myself. I love the base 12 system. I'm a drummer, I'm a musician, and I love to incorporate the number 12 in my compositions. In Indian classical music, there's a rhythm called as ek tal. Ek tal is 12 beats. And it feels to me a very, very natural rhythm. And so it's important for music in many different ways. 12 chords, 12 keys. So, but where is this number 12 coming from? And I want to show you a very interesting picture. So this guy is probably a fruit seller. Well, doesn't look like one, but he managed to stack oranges in a pyramid. This looks like a square base, and he has just piled them square on top of another square, so squares getting smaller. And would you agree that this is the best way to pack the oranges, right? So if you are in the orange business, you have to load a truck, and you're gonna have to come up with an efficient way of packing that finite amount of space with as many oranges as possible. So the densest packing possible. Would you guys agree that this is the densest packing of oranges possible? And of course, this is in the pyramid form, but if you can extrapolate to be a space filling, you can continue with this pattern in all three directions. And so this is actually what is called as the hexagonal packing. So if you see the surface on one of the triangles, you see that each orange is surrounded by 6 oranges. Right? Now, if you visualize an orange somewhere in the middle of that pyramid, right? So use your mind's eye to see an orange which is deep inside the pyramid, somewhere in the center. Now, how many oranges are touching that central orange? And in 3 dimensions. So in a 2-dimensional view, each orange is being flanked by 6. But in 3 dimensions, each orange is flanked by 12. This is where the number 12 has come from. This was a conjecture made by Kepler. You guys remember Kepler? Kepler, who gave us the laws of planetary motion. It was conjectured by him in the year 1611 that this is the densest packing possible for spheres, the hexagonal closed packing. And this conjecture was proved only in 2014 using automation and automated proof checking software. And the density of this packing is 74%. So it took 400 years for that conjecture to be proven because we didn't have the computing power to do an exhaustive proof, and this is probably a proof by exhaustion. So we probably needed big data, and we probably needed some of these parallel distributed computational stuff to run all the scenarios. But but I think it's fairly intuitive to see that this will be the densest possible packing. And each orange is touching 6 in 2D and 12 in 3D. Here's another view of it. So this arrangement of 12 around 1 is also called as vector equilibrium. And I have a model here, which I'll show it to you. So in the video here, I'm showing you a model. Let me see. Yeah. So this is a model of 12 around 1. So that center point is the one in center, and it is surrounded by 12 points. So this is like a a 3D version of hexagon. So just like a hexagon has perfect symmetry in 2D, this one has perfect symmetry in 3D. So everything cancels out in all three dimensions. It's so perfectly symmetrical. It produces an absolute equilibrium at the center, and this is why it is used to model the unified field, or model the unbounded infinities. This is the model of a dot, a model of a singularity, and this is what is used in physics to model a black hole. This is also what I use to model music, because this gives me a geometrical view of the 12 notes of music. All right. So the term used is vector equilibrium. This was a term coined by an American architect. So here you can see I've superimposed this 12 around 1 on that ground state. So that ground state, which was the circle of circle grid, it naturally produces, if you convert the circle into spheres, that ground state becomes a 3D unified field, and it looks exactly like those oranges, and it inherently produces this 12 around 1 geometry.